What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the DJ Booth. It's Joe Bunn.
Brian B.
We're here. We're back. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
Pre-recording. Batch content making.
We got this.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
Well, in the continued effort to learn more about Joe Bunn.
When do I switch it and make it the Brian B. learning experience? Eventually,
soon.
When I have to come up with the what are these called? Show openers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little icebreaker, if you will.
Icebreaker. Okay.
What is the most cringe word for you? Is there a word that it just cringe,
It just makes me not feel pleasant.
or you just don't like to hear it? Like
Slaw.
slaw.
Yeah.
Use it in a sentence. What does that even?
You know what slaw is?
Like the food.
Cabbage. Yeah.
You just don't like the word. You don't like that word. What's bad about it?
It just sounds gross. And I don't really like slaw. I only like it on like barbecue sandwiches.
Okay.
And it has to be basically like from Smithfield Chicken and Barbecue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of sweet slaw, finely chopped cabbage.
Okay.
But just the word, like when she's like, I'll go, let me get the value pack, with the sandwich. And then she's like, you want slaw on that? And I'm just like, I do, but I don't want to say it. Slaw.
That's so good.
Do you have one?
The thing that came to mind was like bud. Hey bud.
Oh, yeah.
Or hey buddy. Like it feels so condescending.
It's passive aggressive.
Yeah, it's like
it is passive aggressive, but it's not in the case. We were talking about this the other day. The man, like the guy at the convenience store.
Yeah.
Let's just say he's Middle Eastern. I don't know. It could be or Indian.
I'm sorry for anybody.
No, I mean, it's. But it's those guys are genuinely when it comes off their tongue is what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm saying that.
It's genuine.
Yeah.
Like I can't do
I
it.
see what you mean. No,
Like
I
the-
see what you mean.
Yeah.
What's
I
up, buddy?
trust you. I trust you.
Okay.
Yeah. But do you ever use it? You ever go,
I call my son that.
hey bud,
And that's what my dad called me.
He did call
No,
you.
not bud, buddy.
buddy?
My dad would be like, hey, buddy, it's your dad or whatever.
Yeah.
And it sounds very it was very genuine.
Yeah.
It was my dad.
Yeah.
So I, ironically, even when I text Davis, I'm like, hey, buddy, when are you going to be home?
Got it.
So I think it's all in context.
In delivery.
The guy and delivery. The guy at the convenience store with the accent
It works.
sounds very genuine. And I'm like, I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing? But if it's some asshole finance bro with like a vest on,
Yeah.
like a Patagonia vest and a button-up shirt, hits me at the coffee shop at 7:15 with a buddy,
Yeah.
it's passive aggressive.
Totally.
He's looking down on me. He wants to know why I'm still DJing.
Yeah.
We went to Carolina together. And
Totally. Yeah.
I'll
he's
punch him in
working
the
finance.
face. Yeah, fuck you.
Bud.
Can we even curse on here?
I think so.
Okay.
What would you, I think you have to mark the content, all right? Whatever.
Yeah, maybe on YouTube. I don't think I've been doing that. Anyway, carry on.
So you got gigs this weekend.
I did.
Any gig stories stand out?
Man, I'm just gonna say this again, and I said it years ago. This was before Instagram, when Facebook was like the king, and I made a post about bringing children to a wedding, and it went so sideways on me that I had to delete the post. Somebody called me a sexist and this, baby hater, this, that, and the other. Listen, man, I don't. I'll start it by saying this: the bride had a daughter. Let's say she was 5 or 6 years old, right? By all means, do I believe that little girl had every right to be there,
Yeah.
to be in the ceremony? I think she was one of the flower girls. To maybe even hang out, eat dinner, and maybe dance a little bit, right? But once it crosses over to like Waka Flocka, like I even got on the mic. Did I not say this? I said it's time to put the kids to bed. Like kind of like a subtle hint because they had been there so long.
Passive aggressive.
They're very passive aggressive. It was just aggressive. Their people are circled around them. They don't want to, start to approach the DJ booth because all the kids are doing their circle thing, their little jigs, and that's
So how many other kids were there?
6
Man,
Out of
probably
how many
like-
guests?
140.
Okay.
So 6 or 7 under the age of 10.
And they're dominating the dance floor.
100%. And it was genuinely affecting the vibe and the comfort level of the other adult guests.
Right.
To approach the dance floor and get on it. They felt like they had to stand around them and watch them and kind of imitate them and cheer them on, and it hurt the dance floor, man. And I don't. There's no part of me that says she should not have been there, or her cousins, or let's assume those were other family members,
Sure.
brothers, sisters that had little kids. Sure. But there's a certain point, man, where it has to turn the corner,
Right.
and they need to go. They could have set up, this place was in a gorgeous venue. We've never been there. It was a glass restaurant in Durham. Super cool. You should take your wife there. It's called the Glass House Kitchen.
Okay.
I've never been. He had never been. Nobody from a company has ever been. Maybe 2 years old. It was kind of a little campus. Other businesses, laboratories and stuff, these super modern buildings. But they had a whole glass conference room upstairs. They could have put on Barney or whatever the hell kids watch, have a popcorn machine, maybe a balloon maker, face painting, something for these kids that they would have enjoyed even more than wrecking the dance floor.
Right.
And I just, and put, again, 2 college girls up there or 2 college kids up there that would have looked after them, entertained them for 2 hours from 9 to 11.
Yeah.
There's just no way they wouldn't have had more fun doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I being an asshole?
No. I mean, we have that a lot in the Florida market that we have an office in because it's destination. So everyone's bringing their families.
Right.
So what they do is the planner has a service that she knows of.
Yeah.
And they literally babysit them on site.
Absolutely.
And they have a whole play action
Yes.
thing going, and they're having the best time of their life. I'm like,
Of
why
course
don't
they
more people
are.
take advantage of this? It's crazy.
Even if you had like a transportation and had like a hotel suite or something and a couple of qualified sitters or some kind of service, somebody could probably make a fortune in this town offering that. You know what I mean?
Did it ever turn the corner?
It did. Yeah. I mean, we had a good time. It turned the corner, but I mean, it definitely affected the starting point, and they kind of came and went a few times.
Yeah.
So then it kind of broke it up a few other times.
The worst is when the kid is coming up requesting a song.
Oh no, they did. I will shout out to those kids. They never once, they would dance to whatever I was playing, which was the bride's 60 song request list. They never tried to deviate.
Yeah.
They never asked for anything crazy. They didn't ask for anything. They just danced.
The worst though is when they go back to their parents and say, "Hey,
Right,
can you go tell
Baby
the DJ?"
Shark, right.
And then they come up to then the parents are like, "Hey, can you play this for my kid?" Then you feel like a complete
Man.
jerk if you don't play it. You know what I mean?
You're cooked at that point.
Yeah,
You're a jukebox.
Those are the worst.
That did not happen. So I don't know, man. I know this is probably going to come off the wrong way, but I'm not a big fan of kids at weddings, and I don't try and hide that. I guess the last part, as a parent myself, the only time that I ever took a kid to a wedding was when I wanted to leave early because it was an exit. I knew I didn't want to be there in the first place, so I took the kid as an ejection seat. I knew I could pinch him or something and make him cry, and then I could get out of the wedding, right? There's just no part of you that's going to take a child to a wedding, again, no matter what age, to where you're not going to have one eye on them the whole time or worry that they're going to stick their finger in the cake or, run off or something like that. You're just not going to have a good time yourself.
Right.
And you deserve to have a good time, right?
Totally.
You've got your wife or your girlfriend, you're going out for a night, you've got a great DJ, you got great food, everything's paid for basically. If you want to have a good time, you're just not going to with that level of responsibility.
Yeah. Do you ever try to hit this off at the pass and bring it up when you see the demographics on your planning calls? You ever address it or?
I mean, I think it goes back to you and I, when we talk about these planning calls, I think mine just aren't as in depth as yours.
Right.
I think if I really knew it was a heavy kid,
like if you knew this one, would you have mentioned it?
I think I would have said, hey, here's a suggestion. And I would have brought up this conference room movie night thing. Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
And not felt bad about it.
Right.
As a parent myself,
right.
It's not like I'm speaking, out of turn or something. I know what it's like to be a parent and have to be responsible for a kid at a wedding.
Yeah.
Hey, these parents are going to have a lot more fun, and this dance floor is going to be a lot more your friends and family if we can put let them dance a little bit. Let them let them open the floor, but then be like, hey guys, we got, PJs and movie night and popcorn. I mean, I can think of all kinds of cool stuff you could do it's 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours that I need, the dance floor.
I'll never forget it. I had one where there was a kid and you could tell this couple who had, they had like 3 or 4 kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were making the circuit. And so
what you mean making the circuit? What do you mean?
Like going to weddings with all of their friends and bringing in their kids.
Oh.
Because this is how I knew. Like towards the end of the night, I'm hearing this machine. I'm like, what is going on? Is this whatever. And I'm looking and they've literally brought a blow up mattress that they're putting in the corner of the room.
Come on, bro.
I am
Stop.
not joking. And literally, they have all 3 kids sleeping on the mattress. And I felt a little deflated. I'm like, hey, my music isn't good enough that you can't stay awake.
Right.
Like, all of it. But I'm kind of glad they are sleeping at the same point. But I'm like,
but you're talking about the music's bumping and everything. These little kids are just sacked out in the corner.
Sacked out in the corner with the mattress, bro.
That's crazy.
But the fact that they brought the mattress,
Yes.
bro, I'm like, this is a thing for them.
No,
this
man.
is crazy.
You got to get a sitter, man. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
your daughter's what, 2 now?
4, but yeah, it went quick.
That went quick.
Yeah.
But wait, Annie is 4. But think about it.
She
Think
has
about
a
it.
point
Though.
of no return.
I know, but also think about like how many things you brought her to that are fine, right? Come over to Joe's house to watch football.
Yeah.
No problem. There's 10 other adults, right?
Right.
She can run around. She can have a good time. But if you're going out for a dinner,
Totally
an
agree.
anniversary,
Yeah.
a birthday, you don't want a child there.
Right.
Whether they're on their best behavior, they're on their iPad, they're doing whatever, it's still a level of responsibility. You've got to take your drinking down. You've got to drive home. You've got to, you've got to keep an eye on her. Is she happy? Is she hungry? Like, how long is she going to last? Whereas everything else is so much more relaxing if you just get a sitter.
So good.
I don't know, man. Anyway,
That was a
that's
great
what
story.
happened. I don't know. Do we even
I
want to
don't-
go
I
in
got-
yours?
I
Like I
don't-
took
well,
like
I got one
90%.
more, I got one more.
Wait, you're good?
Well, I just want to. I got a question.
Okay, Saquon, by the way, Saquon on the boards and now has a microphone. Go on.
So, it's for both of you.
Go on.
How do you deal with somebody trying to tell you to move on from a song?
Yeah, you saw that a couple times. There was
Give me a
this
scenario.
a wrap it up or a cut.
Oh,
that
yeah.
it was the same guy twice got me with he either did that motion where he
Older guy,
no
Okay.
a 30-year-old
family
like
member,
my age,
or
yeah.
don't know
Okay.
non-VIP
Okay.
guest wedding guest.
Yeah, I love those.
Um,
Love those.
it was almost, and I was ripping through it. I mean, I wasn't. It was a minute and a half into the song, and I was on to the next one. So all he had to wait was another 30 seconds or whatever. So I stoned. I do this. I don't care if it's been a hot girl. I don't care who it was. I stone face you, and then I let it play another at least 32 bars. Like I let it play even longer than I was going to, so that he intentionally knows he doesn't have that power over me. Because if he thinks he has that power, then he's going to do it all night.
Yeah.
So he did it once or twice, and then once I stone faced him, and then let it ride even longer, we never saw it again. Am I right?
Yeah. No.
What
He's
about
trying to be
you?
your friend.
I kind of go passive aggressive.
Okay.
And when they do the wrap it up, I'm like, one of these, like, hey,
the
I
thumbs
got
up,
you.
thumbs
Then I
up.
don't change it.
Yeah,
I don't
me neither.
I just let it roll.
That's what I'm saying, because then they own you.
Yeah, totally.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same answer basically.
But
he's doing the big smile, thumbs up. I'm doing the stone face, nasty.
But
boy.
the thing is like, it used to really bother me, like years ago. Like that
it still
kind of stuff.
irks me. I mean, it's not going to ruin my night,
Right.
but it bothers me.
But I think me being passive aggressive and being like,
Yeah.
I got you. I'm listening. Like, I'm doing that for my own benefit too, so
Same.
I don't get rattled.
Same.
You know what I mean?
The stone face is the same. It's the same. It's the same reaction, just a different facial expression.
Yeah. Oh, that's classic. Good question there, Saquon.
Great question, actually.
Speaking of questions, what
Yes.
a great segue.
Okay,
We got one today.
we got one.
wanna
This
read it?
is great. Yeah, Chris Ortlieb from Powell, Ohio.
Where's Powell?
Chris Ortlieb. Oh, where is Powell? Couldn't tell you. What is your exit strategy? I'm 46 and am considered selling my LLC and concentrating on something else. I still love DJing, but won't be able to do it forever.
That's a good question.
I mean, I got to retort. Can I retort?
Retort.
Dude, there's no. It's not like the NFL. Like, like Tom Brady was an old man at 40 or whatever he quit at. I mean, I'm not saying forever, but like Randy we just celebrated his 60th birthday in Vegas, does 110 shows a year. Like, he's taking care of himself. He's in good shape. He's in high demand. I mean, I'm not saying you could do it forever, but you can certainly scale your business to where all you have to do is be the agent, for these other DJs. Start hiring, 25 and 30-year-olds instead of 60-year-olds or whatever. Again, Randy was probably in his 30s when we started working together, but I don't want you to think that there's like some sort of a ripcord and this magic age where you have to get out of DJing. If you love it, keep doing it. And people are still requesting you, and you're in demand, and you're keeping up with the trends, whether it's your clothes or your music or whatever, your gear. I mean, keep on doing it. But I guess this is always going to be my point and my message to everybody that owns a DJ company, that the more people you have working under you is truly your legacy and your longevity. Because I know that I'll still be 70 or 80 years old running some sort of a DJ company. Am I going to be out there doing shows? No, probably not. But I don't have this age. Originally I thought it was at 50, but why? I mean, I still love doing it. Never dread putting on that suit on Saturday. I go out and play the party, have a great time, and make some good money, and then have all my other DJs out playing as well. And eventually in the future, it's just them out there, and I'm just booking the shows or sitting on the beach, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. What I mean, I don't have an exit strategy. I guess sorry, I never really got to the end of the question. I really don't have this exit strategy. I don't know that Bun DJ Company, and not just because it's named after Joe Bun, is sellable without Joe Bun part of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I don't know. Selling your company, excuse me, selling your company, a DJ company, I think is a tough thing in general anyways. It's very niche. It's not like you're, selling a fast food restaurant or, something that's got name recognition.
Or tons of assets.
Right. So I think to sell your company, you would have to, for something that you could live off of, you're going to have scaled it pretty significantly to be able to do it. I don't know if this person's a single op, but that makes it even harder, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So to your point, I mean, I agree with you. I think you can, like, I'm in my mid 40s at this point, and I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. I love it. But I think just like an athlete, you kind of have to adjust, your rhythms and the different things. Like, I can't work as many shows as I used to and not affect me. Can I still do a triple? Absolutely.
Sure.
Will I be wrecked on Monday? Absolutely.
I'll be tired, right?
But you adjust. It's kind of like I think of like the great athletes out there. Their game changed. They could still be super effective, but they had to change the way they did things. To your point, staying up on trends, whether that's clothing, all of that, and if you really do love it, that's the other thing. You can't fake passion. And when I get out there and play, and I see that I'm affecting it in a positive manner, like that could keep me going for years and years, and till the point where it's like, oh, this guy's playing all the old stuff and like nothing current. Then at that point I can probably see the writing on the wall, and you kind of probably know. But
I think so.
I don't know. I'm always a fan of having multiple revenue streams in general. So I don't think you have all your eggs in one basket necessarily. So that if you do want to walk away, hopefully you've got some other opportunities or things you can kind of get into. That would be my other suggestion.
I agree. I think you can do this for as long as you want, but I would have other sources of income. Again, whether it's Amazon store or affiliate links or content creation of some sort. I definitely think there needs to be other revenue streams, but man, I don't know. 46 still seems like a young man. I don't know. The exit strategy for me is not probably the same as other people. I just don't feel like I need to quit doing this.
Right.
I mean, do you transition in roles from becoming the entertainer to the owner? Sure. Right. But I still think you can run a DJ company until you're no longer on this earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really do. Anyway, good question. Shout out Chris Ortlieb in Powell, Ohio.
Love it.
Let's
wrap it.
Whoa, the Astera just went out behind you.
Did it?
Yeah, it's okay. It was perfect timing because we were about to wrap it up. It did know. I think it died on us, folks. But anyway, hope everybody enjoyed this episode. Where can they find us, Brian B? If they're listening.
Website's the best place to look.
You're right.
Because we'll have all the players that it's on, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
All the things.
A couple, YouTube.
Yeah.
All that stuff's listed on the website. So
by the way, we need reviews too, don't we?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we need?
And some comments.
Yeah.
More
comments, reviews. Let us know you're watching. When we post the links, please. I mean, that's why we keep doing these things, to make sure that you guys are listening and loving it. So again, beyondthedjbooth.com. You can see the video version at YouTube on my channel. And that's it. It's a wrap on this one.
See you on the next one.
Thanks, y'all.